When you start planning an international move, one of the first questions that comes to mind is simple. How much will this cost? But as anyone who's gone through it will tell you, that question is more complicated than it seems. International moving isn't like moving across town. You're not just putting boxes on a truck. You're sending your entire life across borders, through ports, customs, and countless checkpoints. Every stage adds a layer of cost, and understanding those layers is key to making smart, stress-free decisions. At SDC International Shipping, we believe your moving quote should never be a mystery. Every number, every line item, represents something real: the packing, the freight, the labor, the customs handling. Our job is to make sure you know exactly what's included and why. Because transparency isn't just good business, it's peace of mind. Let's start by breaking down how international moving quotes are built. It begins with a detailed survey, virtual or in person, to see what you're shipping and where it's headed. From there, your quote is built around several main cost categories. First, there's packing and preparation. Your belongings have to meet international shipping standards, which are much stricter than for local moves. That means specialized wrapping, crating, and labeling to protect against vibration, humidity, and temperature changes during transit. Next comes transportation and freight, usually the biggest portion of your cost. You'll choose between sea freight or air freight. Sea freight is more cost-effective for larger shipments, while air freight is faster for smaller, time-sensitive moves. Third, there are origin and destination services, all the work that happens before and after your shipment travels overseas. At origin, this includes pickup, loading, and export paperwork. At destination, it means customs clearance, local delivery, unpacking, and debris removal. At SDC, we handle every step, door to door, so you're not juggling multiple companies or worrying about who's responsible for what. Then there are customs and port fees, which vary depending on the country you're moving to. Some governments charge taxes or inspection fees. Our customs team helps you navigate that, so you qualify for duty-free entry whenever possible. And finally, there's insurance and optional services, like storage or vehicle shipping. These are the parts that often get overlooked, but they're vital for protecting your belongings from the unexpected. When you see how much goes into a single quote, you realize that an accurate estimate isn't just a number. It's a reflection of care, precision, and expertise. Now, if you've ever collected multiple moving quotes, you've probably noticed something strange. The numbers can vary wildly. One mover might come in thousands of dollars cheaper, while another's price looks suspiciously too good to be true. So, why does that happen? Usually it's because of what's included and what's not. Some companies keep their base price low, then tack on extra fees later. Things like customs clearance, port handling, or delivery at destination. These hidden costs might not show up until your shipment arrives overseas, leaving you with unexpected bills. At SDC International Shipping, we take a different approach. We believe in complete transparency from the start. One quote that covers every phase of your relocation. No hidden fees, no vague line items, no last-minute surprises. You'll know exactly what you're paying for and why. Another reason quotes can vary is the professionalism of the mover. Licensed international movers like SDC are regulated by the Federal Maritime Commission. We maintain bonded partners, insured shipments, and reliable tracking. Unfortunately, some brokers operate as middlemen, selling your move to the lowest bidder and walking away. That's not just risky, it's costly. You might save a little up front, but you're gambling with your shipment and your sanity. At SDC, we coordinate everything under one roof. We have teams on both coasts, serving all 50 states. Whether you're moving from Los Angeles, New York, or Dallas, our logistics network ensures consistency and control from start to finish. Because at the end of the day, moving internationally isn't about chasing the lowest price. It's about finding a mover you can trust to protect your life's possessions and deliver on their promises. When it comes to moving overseas, clarity is everything. You deserve to know exactly what you're paying for and who's responsible for each stage of your move. That's why SDC International Shipping builds every quote on transparency. From your first consultation, our relocation experts walk you through each cost, explaining how packing is calculated, how freight rates are determined, and how customs fees vary by destination. We make sure your quote includes everything required for a true door-to-door move: packing, pickup, ocean or air freight, customs, and final delivery abroad. Once you approve your quote, you'll have a personal move coordinator, your single point of contact, who keeps you informed every step of the way. If anything changes, like a port delay or rate adjustment, you'll know immediately. No surprises, no confusion. That level of honesty builds more than understanding. It builds trust. Let's talk about hidden costs. Every year, thousands of people are caught off guard by fees they never saw coming. Port handling charges, customs storage, even packing material costs that weren't disclosed up front. At SDC, we believe no client should ever be surprised by a bill. Here are a few common hidden costs to watch out for. Destination charges, fees for unloading and delivering your container after arrival. Customs storage fees, often caused by missing paperwork. Packing material add-ons, when companies charge extra for boxes or crates. And insurance gaps, when your belongings are only covered for partial value. We eliminate those surprises by including them up front and explaining exactly what's covered. Because a transparent quote doesn't just save money, it saves stress. Here's another important point. Choosing a full-service mover almost always saves money in the long run. Yes, it may look more expensive at first, but with SDC, you're paying for a complete, coordinated process, not piecemeal services handled by different companies. Our unified team manages every stage: packing, transport, customs, and delivery, with one plan and one timeline. That reduces delays, eliminates duplicate fees, and ensures accountability from start to finish. And the best part? You can focus on what matters most: your family, your job, your new adventure, instead of worrying about logistics. That peace of mind is priceless. So, when you receive your international moving quote, remember to ask, is it door-to-door? Is it itemized clearly? Does it include destination fees, port charges, and customs clearance? And is the company licensed by the Federal Maritime Commission? If the answer to any of those questions is no, it's time to look elsewhere. At SDC International Shipping, our promise is simple: clarity, care, and confidence. We explain every cost, manage every detail, and communicate every step of the way. Because your move deserves more than numbers on a page. It deserves a trusted partner guiding you home. So when you're ready to start your international move, let SDC International Shipping guide you every step of the way, with clarity, care, and confidence. For your free, all-inclusive international moving quote, call us today at 877-339-0267. That's 877-339-0267. Or visit us online at www.sdcinternationalshipping.com. Again, that's www.sdcinternationalshipping.com. SDC International Shipping, moving your world with the care it deserves.